Hello, you're with Dion at HDpiano, and today we're learning how to play Falling by Ben Kweller. This is part 1, and we're going to learn the intro and the verse of the song. And these parts sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the singing enters now. Okay, there we go. The intro and the full length of the first verse. Now, as you might have heard, it's a pretty long part to play, but it is also very repetitive. So we're going to be covering a short amount and repeating quite a bit. Now, I first fell in love with Ben Kweller when I saw him play in a tour with Ben Folds and Ben Lee, and they called themselves the Bens, obviously. So in the comments, let me know what 3-person supergroup you would love to see live. Any musicians? Pick 3, they form a band. Who are they? Let us know in the comments. So this song, in the beautiful key of E major. And we are playing a lot of these notes in the area below middle C. Middle C is actually right here. So we're below there. We're in this area where everything's a bit more serious, a bit more somber, gives a bit more heft to whatever you're playing when you're down in this area of the piano. And we're playing triads in the right hand, so 3-note chords, and we're playing bass notes in the left hand that support those chords. So I'm going to show you the right hand chords first. Start with an E major, as I've just been playing, E, G sharp, and B. And this is E major in root position, so E is at the bottom of the chord. The next chord is an F sharp minor. So everything moves up 1 note in our scale. We have F sharp, A, and C sharp. The third chord is an A major in second inversion. So this has 2 notes in common with the F sharp minor chord. The A and the C sharp stay the same, but our F sharp has become an E. That's our A major. So there are our 3 chords we're going to be playing in the right hand, and we're going to switch around the order a little bit. But to start with, we'll do 2 E's, then 2 F sharp minors, then 4 A's. As it repeats, again we do 2 E's, 2 F sharp minors, back to E for 2, and then to A for 2. So a slight difference there in those 2 patterns. One more time in full, we have E, F sharp minor, A, stay on A, E, F sharp minor, back to E, back to A. Alright, so you've got the basic pattern there. I'm going to add some left hand notes to this pattern. So to start with, we're going to add a E in our left hand to our E major chord. Makes sense, right? And then to our F sharp chord, we're going to add an F sharp, which is also not groundbreaking at all. To our A major chord, what do you reckon? I think we should do an A. And then lastly, over this A major chord, or under this A major chord, we're actually going to play a B. We get this beautiful 4/5 sound with this A major on B. Beautiful chord. So we have again E, F sharp minor, A on B. As it goes through again, we have the E, the F sharp minor. Then as our right hand comes back to our E major chord, left hand goes up to G sharp. And we get this nice inverted E major chord. So E over G sharp, and then A on A. Those chord shapes again from the start. E, F sharp minor, A over B. Then E, F sharp minor, E on G sharp, and then A. So that'll get you through most of this. Now, the rhythm between both hands, we know the right hand is playing 2 of each chord. The left hand also plays 2 of each note, however it delays the second one. So we'll be playing our left hand on beats 1 and 2 and, then again on 3, and then again on 4 and that sounds like this: 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So you get this little bouncing kind of sound, which means that the left hand is going to line up with the right hand the first time the right hand plays each chord. Then the right is going to play by itself, then the left by itself, then together. Right, left, together. Right, left, together. Just like that. And when it speeds up, we have our basic rhythm for this entire song. So if you get that under your fingers, you're going to be golden for the rest of the song. And by the way, as always, the rest of the song will be over at HDpiano when you're finished this part. So follow me over there to learn the rest of the song. Back to the intro and verse. So that covers our first 4 bars, and that's the intro of the song. A nice, beautiful piano intro. Then the singing comes in. And as the singing starts, we repeat what we just learned for our intro, note for note, no change at all. The second time through in the verse, we have one change coming up now. After our A over B, we're going to play another A major chord, but this time the right hand is going to shift up to root position. So now we're kind of straddling the middle C area of the piano. So we have A, C sharp and E. We were down here in second inversion, and now we've jumped up to root position. Just brightens the chord a little bit by shifting it up. And left hand plays A as usual. And then to finish off this bar, we're going to have B major. So everything in the right hand moves up by 1 tone. We have B, D sharp, and F sharp. Now, underneath this chord, in the left hand, we're going to do a fun rundown through the scale. So starting on B, we have B, A, G sharp, F sharp, which will return us back to E for beat 1 of the next cycle. That sounds like this. So if I go from this change in A inversion in root position, this is the last 2 bars of the first half of the first verse. We have so the left hand there, as it runs down, is playing twice as often as the right hand, or in 1/8 notes, while the right hand plays in 1/4 notes. So that is the end of the first half of the first verse. The second half of the first verse, well, I have good news. It's exactly the same. The only difference is the song starts to build a little bit, so you might want to build in a bit more volume. Up to kind of like a moderately loud volume. And as it repeats towards the end of this verse, we have our change in A major, and then our run down. And on both of those runs down, that's kind of hard to say, you can get louder. You can basically build in volume towards that cycle starting again, or as I stopped there, would lead into the first chorus. So you're kind of building up towards a new section. Use your dynamics for effect when you're playing a very repetitive pattern. And on that note, because rock and roll music generally has a strong, what they call a backbeat, a strong beat on beats 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's normally when we'd hear a snare drum playing. So I like to emphasize the backbeat when I'm playing steady quarter notes as well. So basically making the second and the fourth beat a little bit louder, just like this. Can you hear that slight little change in volume on beats 2 and 4? If you can, fantastic. It just adds a little bit more groove to the whole mix. Now, because this is not a particularly tricky section, I'm just going to go for one more time at full speed. If you need to slow it down, use the video controls to do so, but I think you've got this one covered. From the start, 1, 2, 3, 4. Singing comes in now. Very nice. I love this song. I love you all. And if you love us too here at HDpiano, make sure you're subscribing to the channel, following us on your socials at HDpiano, and sending us your requests at requests.hdpiano.com. My name is Dion, and bye for now.